It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be
forward.
like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Lwazi Mpanza. I'm a feminist, I'm an activist and a researcher.
My name is Benny Lekwati. I'm a self-employed person, but I am more spiritual connected. I am more scientific and physics, everything that's got to do with nature is who I am.
My name is Ndipiwe Linda. I'm spiritually connected. It's obviously a new thing now. It's a journey that I'm taking on. And I'm a filmmaker. I just lover of life.
My name is Mamsi Kutia. A member of St. Mary Moonlight Apostolic Church. I'm a lover of life. I'm very spiritual.
My name is Monil Khwati, aka Dumezweni by my spiritual name, and I'm a Sangoma.
I am very clueless of my own identity in the Bible. The reason why I'll quote from the Bible is I will not begin to talk about African spirituality and ignore the indoctrination that has been going on for over time to this current generation, right? Mena, as someone who was raised by a staunch Zulu family who were also, we'd go to Anglican church. We were never allowed to sort of express the African rituals that we believe in as openly as saying, Uti, we're going to church, rather than saying we're going to consult. Our ways of doing things were more on a hush-hush base from how I was brought up. Whilst the European way, which for me is how the Bible has been interpreted to me, has been the one that has taken the upper hand. So I've always seen a white Jesus, blonde hair, blue eyes, and that person has put me where I'm at as a young person to say, now that I see that this was an indoctrination and being colonized, and which gave birth to me being slightly socialized in a particular way, it has robbed me of my true existence. Because even in the Bible, when you talk about, or how it has been interpreted, when we start now talking about ancestors, it then now brings out demons. It brings out, we know a white person to be a savior and a black person to be a Satan or a demon. So that hard foundation has made me to slowly break out of a shell where I'd say, I do not even know where I'm at today, but I know that something went wrong to what was brought to us as Black people biblically.
I'll share a little bit of my experience about a month or two ago, where I had something that looked like a seizure, where I passed out, and then I lost my mind literally for a week. I didn't know what was happening around me or what. I went to the doctor, the doctor just prescribed, pills for UWA, and that's it. But they can't really, I haven't taken those pills, and nothing has happened, with me up until I had to consult, I had to find out what's happening, because this whole thing does not make sense, and through using traditional medicine. I got healed from what I was having, meaning the pains that I had, and all of those things. And it was just a mere fact of me needed to connect with my ancestors. They needed to speak with me.
After a huge ordeal that has transpired in my life, I realized then, or I saw then, that actually my ancestors are alive and they do exist. When I saw in a coma my grandfather, who I've never met before, because by the time I was born, he was long dead. And I only realized that actually the person that I was with while in a coma was actually my grandfather. This is now confirmed when my mother comes and sees me in hospital with an album. And because I couldn't talk at that time, I wanted to share that actually I was with this man right now, So that's when now I'm starting to learn more. I want to know everything that has got to do with me being Black and being African and being spiritual about it, to better, express myself fully,
I remember in the past when I needed to go home, and I would go home and I would go speak with my ancestors, kwinhlanti zasekhaya, meaning the kraal. I will go speak with them, and then when I leave and go back to the big cities, and my things would happen, in terms of my life will progress, and then they close again, only because now that I'm spiritually inclined, and I'm learning each and every day. I get to see now and I get to understand that they wanted me to listen to them. They speaking with me everywhere I go. They there, and they want me basically to do due diligence in terms of realizing that they live within me. They live amongst us. They're the one that saved me from most of the things. You understand? I remember in most of my accidents where cars would be written off, but I would get out of that wreck with nothing, with no scar, with no scratch, with nothing. So all of those things to me didn't really make sense, and I didn't understand them. And uh, for me, it's like Uncle Benny would say, there's no coincidence, there's no whatever. But for me, it really didn't make sense. Um, there's a lot of things that has happened in my life where I just realized that they don't make sense. Do you understand? And now that I'm learning and in terms of spirituality, and I'm walking the journey, now I get to understand that, what, they've been trying to speak to me, but I've been ignoring them.
Everybody's got a gift. Even a child that was just born now a second ago came to this earth with a gift. However, it's not all of us that are supposed to be healers, but we are given that gift that whatever happens in our lives, we are connected to God and our ancestors, whom the whites wants to call them angels, but everybody is connected to angels or ancestors, whatever you want to call it. Those are the people that when they talk to us, some people would say it's an instinct. But for Sangomas like us, we understand it's a message. For instance, when I need to leave now and I'm late for a meeting, but then suddenly I can't find my car keys, and I'll spend around 5 minutes looking for them, only to find the spot that I was supposed to cross in that 5 minutes, the past 5 minutes, there's a huge accident. And guess what? It could have been me. So it's just that we're not trained to meditate and listen to the inner message. So people just think it's a coincidence, but we are all given that gift to listen to our ancestors. They talk to us every time. Hence, there's no one that can tell me in this earth that since they were born till this day, they don't dream. Even a small child, a baby, you find a baby sleeping but screaming in her dream, in her sleep, that means that baby is dreaming. It's dreaming of something. It can be scary. It can be something. So ancestors lives, guys.
I live with the creed that everything is perfect as it is today. Nothing is wrong. There's no bad. There's no good. There's not even luck. There's no coincidence. Everything happens because it has to happen. I bought my first car, and my granny said, "Hey, no, granny, it's not." 2 weeks down the line, I was in a bit of an accident. I say, "Wabon, we told you that you didn't sort of no." That's why we call it an accident. And it is, it's fixed now. I can drive it. Then we continue our life. And I think my family came to understand my standing on where it is. I believe in a far more deeper things that we people are, it's okay. We have to create some kind of something to say we have to put order. We have to put regulations. I mean, if we have to build a road and got a 4-way cross like this, if we don't go put a stop sign or a traffic light, there's going to be accident. But at the end of the day, even if there was not, and we know it's say, this is a 4-way cross, I need just to wait and check left, right. Whether you put even a traffic light to stop, people will still cross it, there will still going to be accidents. So these things that we all have, it's only just to keep us morally in the right track and able to think that don't go over this because you're not allowed to go over this.
And my dream is a society or a Christianity that will take down the packaging that revokes the existence of African spirituality in it, and bring out or include who we are as Black people, because what we believe in contributes to how we behave. And if we could start in our own houses to go back and teach our kids what we have missed, I promise you, knowing where you come from will center everything that brings lightness and positivity and hope, especially in these times.
My dream is after school, I still think kids and parents should spend money and get kids to go and learn awareness. This is a very mind-opening kind of a thing that I dream one day this is what should be done. School must stop focusing on implex. It's good, it teaches you all these things, but awareness, which eventually lead us to being conscious and being not ignorant.
My dream would be when it comes to the ancestral world, they do something similar to like what we do when we go to the mountains, because we learn a lot and it prepares us for the world, you know. It prepares us for our future.
I wish it could actually be put on a school syllabus. They must actually teach our African kids about tribalism, traditional remedies, and about healing, all that. But if they learn it from an early age, then that will actually help our society.
You know, if they teach this in school, it will give our kids a better understanding of who they are and where they come from. And also to understand that the part of having ancestors and having celebrating your ancestors is not demonic. It's something that is part of us.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.